Hey, welcome back to Scott Rod's Garage, and I am Scott, and we are going to do a slight walk around on a few of our cars that we're working on right now. The one you're looking at right now is a customer car. It's a 68 Cuda Fastback. Small block, V8, automatic on the floor. Pretty decent car. It's in fair shape. We're doing a lot of body work on it. We're doing some custom work as well. We are in the middle of edging the door frames and the back sides of the doors. This car had a lot of bad body work, so we're kind of going over all of it. We're stripping it back down, and we're finding stuff that's just horrible. So we're going to put this car back together again the way it's supposed to be, with a bunch of cool custom touches. So that rear quarter, as you can see, there was a piece of, I don't even know what it was. It might have been a barn door on the side of that or something, but it was horrible. We tore that off. We got a quarter coming for it. Of course, like everything else these days, it's on intergalactic back order. But this quarter's pretty good. The rest of it's shaping up pretty good. We edged the inside of the trunk. This car came to us as a single-stage orange car. Originally, it was, I guess I would call it a slate green. Two pretty ugly colors in my book. So we are painting this thing what's called a hot rod satin smoke gray. It's a single-stage, very, very cool look. It has a satin feel to it. I actually painted a Jeep 2 years ago in this color, and I fell in love with it and decided to paint my motorcycle the same color. And I can't tell you how happy I am with the way it came out. Real good looking. So we're going to breeze through my office here and go out to the back side of the lot and introduce you to a couple of vehicles I got out here. This one here is a shop car. This was given to me by a very close friend of mine. We call this one Barney. I bet you can't figure out why we call it Barney, but this is Barney, and Barney is a 78 Buick Regal T-Type. Originally, this car came with a V6 turbo T-top car. Didn't make a ton of them. It's pretty desirable. A lot of fans out there for G-body GM cars. I personally am into more older stuff, but this car is very special to me because it was given to me by a very close friend, and I really can't tell you how much I appreciate his kindness. But Barney has currently has a older small block V8 350. Believe it was out of a Camaro. It's cammed, it's got headers, got a brand new Holley 4-barrel on it. I just did some custom exhaust work to it. We did a bunch of, minor mechanical stuff because the car has been sitting for a while. And next up is going to be fixing up that horrible looking hood, and then we'll touch up some of the other stuff on it. But overall, super clean car. Frame is fabulous. That's the big thing you got to worry about in these cars. Interior, not really my favorite color, but super clean. No rips. It's there. It's a respectable car. This one right here is a customer car. It was given to him by a friend that did a bunch of work to it, and then his health started to fail, and he really couldn't carry on with it, so he passed it along to one of his close friends, and that guy brought it to me. We did a bunch of stuff, got it up and running and driving, mechanically sound, and now it's back for paint. We're going to do some fog lights to it. He's asked for some cab lights, so we're going to try to find some low-profile cab lights. That's what he wants, so that's what he gets. Some fog lights we're going to put on there, and that's pretty much it for that one. This right here was a car that I bought from a customer who couldn't afford to put an engine in it, and I bought it from him because his plan was basically to let it sit around in his buddy's yard. I told him, you know what, if you're not planning on financially being able to fix this car in the next 6 or 8 months, you might as well let it go and let somebody else give it some love, because before you know it, it's going to be rotted away and there'll be nothing left to save. So he agreed. We agreed on a fair price. I put a motor in it, put a clutch in it, and barely had the car ready before I sold it to actually my landlord. So this is kind of his toy now. Really good car. I can't tell you how hard it was to let go of this. It was a lot of fun. Very short time I drove it, but he's offered to let me drive it anytime I want. Personally, I think that's a huge mistake, but we'll see what happens there. All right, this looks like a mess, I know, but this is the reality in reality TV. This is how things really look. This is a 1987 Ford F-150 Bigfoot Cruiser. Very low number of these were made. Highly desirable trucks. Very expensive trucks too. If I'm not mistaken, this truck was about $47,000 and change back in 1987. I am the second owner of this truck. I bought it from the original owner, who's been a customer of mine for over 20 years. I bought it off him, it has to be about 15 years ago now. I drove it for a short time. One of my guys I let use it. I didn't realize he didn't know how to drive a standard. Smoked the clutch on it. I put it aside, and my plan was to convert it to an automatic so anybody could drive it without costing me money. And it kind of fell by the wayside. And anyways, I parked it at a friend's farm. It sat there for about 13 years, and I brought it back last fall and got the truck running within 5 minutes, and it purrs like a kitten, like I ran the truck the day before. Pretty unbelievable. You know, 2 pumps of the gas, half a crank, and this thing was running on the gas that was in the tank for 13 years. So figure that one out. Guess that was before the ethanol and all the other stuff that they put in the gas these days. This right here, mostly covered up car, is my son's 68 Dart GT. It's a V8 car, posi rear, body's all done, very solid car, came from Pennsylvania. He's had it since he was 13 years old. And parked right next to it is my other son's 65 Belvedere. He has also had this car since he was 13 years old. In case you haven't guessed by now, they're both twins. So twin boys need twin toys. This right here is Ruby. Ruby is a 64 Ford F-100 pickup truck that my girlfriend and I purchased last year, and we are in the middle of doing a bunch of work to her. She's actually a lot more solid than she looks. Right now she's under construction, so I have stuff ripped off and tucked away everywhere. I bought this truck in Brooklyn, Connecticut, and drove it home that night, and it ran every bit as good as my everyday driver truck. So really excited about this one. We also have an identical truck, but a 65 that's in Florida that I'm building simultaneously with this one. That one's a little bit more further along. That one has a chopped roof, chopped 4 inches, door handles shaved, cowl vents smoothed, deleted actually, windshield wipers deleted, because who the hell needs wiper blades anyways, right? Rain next to windshield and just go fast. But